You know what? Meta is not alone here. Look at Coinbase, the biggest crypto exchange in the United States, announces layoffs affecting about 700 employees, nearly 14% of its workforce. But what shocked employees, it was not just a layoff. It was the reason openly given by their CEO, Brian Armstrong. Well, he personally shared a company-wide email announcing that the company is laying off nearly 14% of its global workforce. About 700 employees, they are expected to be affected. But what shocked the workers was even more. Well, it was the tone of the message. Well, this was not presented as a temporary crisis. This was presented as a future of work itself. Mr. Armstrong, he openly admitted that Coinbase wants to rebuild itself as an AI native company. He said that the company now wants to become leaner, faster, and more efficient with artificial intelligence at the center of almost everything. And then came the line that is now creating panic among Silicon Valley. The CEO, he admitted that engineers using AI, they are now finishing projects in days that earlier took entire teams weeks to complete. He also revealed that even non-technical teams are now writing production code, while many companies' workflow, they are already being automated. Can you think about how dramatic that shift is? Earlier, companies needed large engineering teams, multiple managers, product coordinators, testers, and operations staff. And now things are changing. One smaller AI-assisted team can do the same work much faster, and that is exactly why Coinbase says it has reached an inflection point. Basically, the company believes that it must reconstruct immediately to survive the future AI economy. Mr. Armstrong said that the company wants to return to the speed and culture of the startup, but this time with AI at its core. And this is where the whole story becomes deeply emotional for Indians in America, because thousands of Indian workers, they are working in tech. They are on H-1B visa. Now for them, layoffs are not just financial setbacks. Well, they become immigration emergency. The moment a worker loses a job, the countdown that begins, as I told you, 60 days, that's all. That's all the visa holders have to find a new job. And that particular job should be willing to sponsor them. And if they fail, then they may have to leave the United States entirely. And you know what? Coinbase employees, they are now facing exactly that fear. The company said affected employees would receive termination emails directly on their personal email IDs, and at the very same time, their access to Coinbase system and communication channels would be immediately revoked. Can you imagine the emotional shock here? You wake up in the morning, your Slack stops working, well, your company access, it disappeared, and email lands into your personal inbox, and suddenly your American life, that becomes uncertain.